Hi there, I'm JJ here at Budget by JJ. I'm a millennial based out of New York City, and I am on the road to financial freedom by using the cash-based budgeting system. So if that's something that you're interested in, please go ahead and like this video and subscribe if you haven't already. I hope y'all have been having a wonderful March so far. Oh my gosh, how things change on a dime, right? I hope that y'all are being safe and that you're able to meet the goals that you've set for yourself for this month. Now, when I say a cash-based budget and not a zero-based budget, the reason is because I do not normally zero out my total income. I usually have my threshold, and that's what we will end up working up to. Anything outside of that is typically how I fund my lifestyle. But all within reason, of course, because my priority is to make sure that I'm meeting my obligations and to continue pursuing the goals that I've set forth for myself. So today we are budgeting my second paycheck for March, and this will be the last paycheck before my birthday. And y'all, my birthday has been quite the factor in the reworking of this budget. So we're gonna go ahead and dive on into this, and I'll explain the changes or updates that have been made towards the end. So we're gonna start with our bills binder, and we have the rent, and this time around we're gonna pay $460. So that's 400, 150, and a 10. Next we have the utilities, and the utilities are $100, so we're just gonna put 100 there. Then we have the groceries, and it's $310, so we're gonna have two 100s, two 50s, and two 5s. I plan it that way because I am splitting that 310 per week, so it's 155 a week. Next we have subscriptions, which is $36. So that's a 20, that's a 10, a 5, and a 1. Then we have the emergency fund, which is $350. So that's just gonna be 3 100s and 150. I am determined to get to this point where I definitely feel like it is very important right now to be contributing as much as you can to an emergency fund. There is so much going on in the world that it just is the right move to make sure that you have something to fall back on. Okay, so next we have the debt binder. In our debt binder, we are going to pay on the Chase. And this time around, we're throwing $285 at the accounts. So that's 200, a 50, a 20, a 10, and a 5. Now this contribution is a little large, but the annual fee is due for the Chase Sapphire. This is the first time I'm paying the annual fee at $95. Then we're going to contribute to our Capital One card, and it's going to be $53. So that's a 50 and 3 1s. Now that's just the bare minimum for those two cards. This is going towards the Saver and Quicksilver. Those actually have really the lowest balances, so I am interested in doing the debt snowball method. And you must be saying, well, why don't you go ahead and throw that $350 at one of those cards and like you're done with that and you can go on and catch up later. I would rather not that be my priority at the moment. I would rather get to my goal of the emergency savings fund, which is cash on hand versus open credit towards something that is probably not even going to be nearly what I need for whatever emergency, because they are small cards. So the trade-off is that this is still manageable. Next, we have the Fortiva, and it's going to be $76. So 150, 120, a 5, and a 1. We do have enough to put another $50 aside for the saving challenge. So that's going to be 5 5s and 25 1s. Y'all, I was so bummed I lost that footage. I was excited because I think I did well. There will be another savings challenge coming up to look forward to. But because my birthday's coming up, there definitely will be a change in numbers from the last roll and save video you saw to the next one. I ended up paying off all the outstanding pay in fours. I just wanted to go ahead and just take care of what I had already exerted out there. And most of them were, again, serving just my personal needs versus like contributing to the overall savings. And it had to come from somewhere. I did have savings from my yearly bonus and my tax return. My taxes for New York State were denied because I didn't have proper identification. New York State requires a state ID or license to file your taxes. It's not like that in every state. I do not have a New York State ID or license yet. Mainly because I use my passport ID card. It really is from a lack of owning a vehicle. Because I don't have a car. I don't need a car because I just take the train. And of course, New York City is highly walkable. And I've not been traveling really anywhere. So because of that, I've delayed getting an ID, but this law is pretty new. I think it passed maybe end of 2023, 2024. I don't know when it went into effect officially, but that is why my taxes were rejected last year and I actually ended up owing them when I thought I had paid them. So I end up, paying for them in the end. So we might be in a similar situation because it's already going to be the end of March and the filing is going to happen in April. I really don't want to feel rushed right now while I'm trying to handle everything. So that all is to say that, they're going to get their money, but maybe not right away. We're going to put $80 towards New York taxes. So that's going to be $150, a $20, and a $10. And y'all, that cracks me up so bad right now. Because I'm like, what? How are we doing this again? But we do know why, because the budget is being dictated by meeting my 3-month goal, right, for the emergency savings fund. That, I believe, is the most important thing about anything outside of my obligations to keep in mind. So, if there are some paychecks in the future that look pretty thin, some shorter videos, or maybe not a video at all, because I'm like, I got nothing for you guys. It's because it's all going towards that particular goal. So after calculating that, I was over by $100. So no bueno. I do not like going over my threshold. I mean, I'll see what I have as far as the difference goes, but I'm going to, of course, play it safe because, again, I do not like to overextend myself if I don't have to. I'm actually going to contribute $250, not $350, to the emergency fund. And so I will just go ahead and do a bill swap there. I'll have another $200 in placeholder money, and I think I actually will cash up the $50 as well and just leave it there and then just add it later. I'll just deposit $100 at a time. So that's gonna be it for this budget with me. Thank you so much for being here. A huge thank you to all my subscribers. Your support means the world to me. Please remember to like, comment, subscribe, and share this video with someone you think that might like it. Also be sure to have that bell notification set to all so you're notified for future videos like this one, which for this channel means the second cash stuffing for March, which will be this coming Sunday. Until then, bye.